If you want to take photos of your puppies, but you're not a professional photographer like me, there's some things you can do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Now, we're talking about everyday documentation of your dog, not the photos you're going to blow up as a beautiful canvas and put on your wall. These are the things you're putting on social media, you're sharing with your friends and family, you are keeping on your phone for yourself. And so we're actually going to be talking about how to take these on your phone. Now, again, if you're a professional photographer and you have the gear, by all means, go forth and do your thing. If you are a person who understands cameras and you can take cameras and use them to get those action shots, by all means, do that. This is for people who do not know how to do that yet or don't have the accessibility to do that. So I want you to get your phone out, and instead of actually taking pictures that are going to be blurry, they're going to have a lot of movement in it, but not the good kind, they're going to be pixelated and not so great. Instead of trying to catch the moment on your phone taking photos, you're actually going to put it on video mode. And if you have cinematic video, that is going to be even better. So you're going to have your phone, and instead of just trying to take those photos, you're going to set it to video mode. Now, I recommend that you, before you start recording, turn your phone upside down so that your camera's lens is closer to the ground. You are going to have to get low to take photos, or in this case, videos that you will later take screenshots of for photos. You're going to have to get low to get on your dog's level. You do not want to be shooting from a high angle. If you shoot from where you're standing at your 5 foot whateverness, you are going to have a very weird angle down at your dog. They're going to look weird. The ground's going to look weird, and you're not going to get the beautiful background in your photos. So you're going to hold your phone upside down so that the lens is closer to the ground, and you're going to get down on eye level to your dog. From here, you're just going to hold onto your phone, and you're going to video them as they're doing whatever it is they do, whatever they're doing when they're playing, wherever they are, whatever they're going to be tossing their toys around with, if they're going to run at you, if they're going to run away from you, whatever it is. If you're in a fenced-in yard, you can just let them play. Otherwise, have them on a long leash and just let them do things. And if your dog is trained well enough to be able to do some poses, you can do this as well. Even so, you want to film on cinematic mode. Now, like I said, later on, after you're done with your video, you're going to go back in and you're just going to be able to scroll through each individual frame and take a screenshot so that you have that photo. Again, this is not for the pictures you're going to blow up and put on your wall. This is just for everyday content that you're creating. Now you have access to the video and to photo screenshots from that video. Now it's dual purpose. Now you can put this on social media. Now you can have the video forever and always, and you're just going to look for different angles. So the closer to the ground you can get it, the cooler it's going to be. So if you look at this picture, you can see that I am close to the ground. I have my phone pretty dang low. My dog is right in the center here. So I am getting the ground up close, which is what we want. We want elements in the foreground. That grass is incredibly good for foreground elements. Foreground elements are between you and your subject. So the grass here is in between. Let's say this is my subject here and my phone is right here. We're going to be taking this picture. And we are going to then have things in between it. It's going to be blurry up front. It's going to give that great depth of field. It's going to look very realistic and very lifestyle and not superposed, which is not what we want. We want to make sure it is more lifestyle than posed. We also want to make sure we have the big sky in the background, or your house if you're inside, whatever it happens to be. And your dog is right at that really good level. You're going to be looking for leading lines. So the ground right here is a leading line that draws the eye to that attention. If I had a staircase here leading down to her, that draws the eye to the subject. And you are just going to film everything you can and then get the best photos you can take as a screenshot from there. Some of them will still be a little blurred, especially if they move quickly, if their little ears are moving, or if they're running really fast, you will still have some blur in there. So you're looking for those moments when they're a little bit calmer and they pause for a moment. If you can get them to look at your camera, that's even better, but just let them go. Let them have fun. Let them do whatever it is. And this way you can take content wherever, whenever. This was a beautiful foggy morning when I shot this photo, and I just got down on the ground and I filmed her looking at me. I actually held her ball for this one. And then right after this, I tossed her ball. So I've got great photos of her looking at me, tipping her head in different directions, turning to run, jumping in the air, chasing after the ball, and then bringing the ball back to me in like 10 seconds of footage. And if I had tried to take photos of that, most of it would have been pretty blurred. So now we've got the ability to kind of scroll through and move, and you're just moving your camera around a little bit. That does, yes, mean it could be a little bit shaky, a little bit jerky. Not all of my footage is smooth because I'm trying to get the angles, but I do have lots of options that I can then work for. So now you have the ability to prioritize. Do I want the footage out of this to use for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts? do I want the photos? And it doesn't matter if I'm kind of jerking it around to find different angles. Pay attention to these things and make those decisions, and then get the screenshots from there, because your priority dictates what you're going to be creating first. And then the second one is secondary to it, and you can get the photos and or the videos to use after the fact. So your goal with this is to get down low, use your camera on cinematic mode and take those screenshots. And you can even edit this inside of your phone, so you can color correct these things so that it is more yellow, more blue, so that it has more vibrant colors, so that it is not quite so matte finish. There's a lot that you can do directly inside of your phone without even going into an app. Just inside of your camera roll, you can do a lot of editing on this one. And you're just going to be able to create content on the go whenever, wherever of your dogs, so that you have content for your social media, for friends and family, just to have for your own documentation of your dog's life. And of course, you can always get your professional photo shoots in there as well. But this is a really nice way to not have to stress over it, because you don't have to have your dog be on point every single photo. They don't have to look at the camera every single photo. If they're running around and playing, it's okay, because now they have the freedom to do that, because you have the freedom to take your photos whenever, wherever, however you want, to make it easier for you to document your dog's life. Questions, go ahead and drop it down below. And of course, follow along for more daily videos where we're bringing you dog photo tips, travel tips, dog beach tips, and how to be a great dog parent. So we're getting your questions answered and bringing you really simple ways that you can be creating epic photos and content of your dogs to make sure you have that documented along the way, whether you're using it on social media or it is just for your own personal use. So drop the questions and we'll see you in the upcoming episodes.